Hello everyone, this is Robert Radford, 50 Years of Chess. Thanks for being patient with me and waiting, if you've been waiting for some games. I've got one for you, a good one. I had a bit of trouble with my sound. I lost the sound. I did a whole video. And then afterwards realised there was something wrong with the sound. I must have clicked on a button somewhere and knocked off the sound, but I've put it right now. And I've also just tidied up the studio a little bit, made it look a bit more presentable, I think. Now, back to the game. I've got a game for you. It's against someone who has been a big player in Bristol over the years. His name's Jerry Humphreys. Jerry is someone who I admire a lot for his amount of work he's put into the Bristol District Chess League. He was, I think he was the chairman, chairman or secretary. I think he was chairman. He was also captain and I believe chairman for Downend Chess Club, and he's also, I believe, I don't know, chairman or treasurer or something for the Grendel Chess Club, and generally he's done a great deal, but nothing more has he done than what he's done for the juniors in Bristol. He's really done brilliant in years and years of training and teaching them and giving them online video puzzles to study and to do and things. He's been very active in this area, and I take my hat off to Jerry for all the great work he's done for the juniors, many of whom have gone on to be really strong players now. And then of course there's Jerry the player. I played him about 4 times, I think, 3 or 4 times, and always come off second best. And I just couldn't get near him. There's another player like him who I've always had trouble with, couldn't even get a draw with, as a guy called Dave Collier from Clifton. Such a good player also. 2 good players, both of the old school type way of playing. They had sound openings that they played, and you know, if you had black, then it was really tough for you. It was bad as well for white, but black's even worse. So, without further ado, let's have a look at the game. Show you how he defeated me, which he did. And we're going to start with Jerry playing white. Now, Jerry around this time was rated 2028 in 2013 when we met over the board, and I was 1848. We played, I believe it was at Downend Chess Club, and it was something like, I don't know which board we were on, maybe 1 or 2, something like that. So we're going to look at the game now, and Jerry started with E4. E4, and I played C5, and Jerry played knight C3. So he's going in for a closed opening here in this game, and I have to work out how to take him on somehow. So I played knight C6, he played knight E2. This is the line that Paul Kerez used to play many years ago, the Grandmaster from, I don't know where he was from, Estonia, and he played knight E2. So I played G6, D3, bishop G7, G2, E5, bishop to G2, and D6. So I'm locking up the game here as much as I can in the centre, and try and block off the centre altogether, and make it hard for him to get at me down the flanks. But also I'm going to try and have a go at him. I'm not going to sit back. I want to try and attack as well. I have no choice, attack or die. So he castled. I played knight on G8 to E7, bishop E3, castles, queen d2. So Jared's completed his development and he's now got his rooks connected, and I'm just to move behind, being black. That's the way it is. So I played knight into d4. This is to completely try to get him to change whatever plan he's got and try to deal with my troublesome knight. And probably, you know, if he wanted to go bishop takes knight, that would be good for me, because after d takes and then he's got to move his knight, I would feel like I can sort of settle down and attack quickly against him and try and keep him on the back foot. But he sensibly played knight to c1. Now I knew what he was going to do. He's going to play his knight back to d1 and then c3 to push my knight out of that beautiful d4 square. So I had to get on to my game, and I played bishop e6, knight back, as I said, and then queen d7 to complete my development, also connecting my rooks. So he then played c3, and I went back knight c6, and here he played rook e1, which did surprise me. I thought he was just going to play f4 and push on with the pawns and try to attack me down the king side, but he didn't play like that at all. All he did was rook e1, and I immediately thought, well, if you're not going to attack me down the f file, then I'll attack you. So I played f5, but then he did play f4, which was a total shock. He certainly surprised me. I thought, what's going on here? I thought he was going to just sort of concentrate on the queen side and king and in the middle, but no, he pushed f4. So I played a4 first because I don't want him pushing up the queen side with his pawns. Like I said, this is a lockdown tactic that I'm playing here with Jerry, hoping that I can contain him and get him maybe a bit frustrated. But he now played knight on d2, f2. So I played king h8 because at the moment I didn't have a clue what he was up to, and I wanted to wait and see. So this is a non-committal move. It's not like when you push a pawn, you can't move it backwards, and I didn't want to move any of my pieces other than the king at the moment. So this was a waited move with king h8. Then he brought the other knight into e2. So he's ready for exchanges on the e and f pawns, on e4 and f4, should I play them. But I didn't. I played rook to c8, developing my rook there. He played d4. Now this is what I was hoping he would do, so that I could swap the pawns and have an open file, and I'm ready for him on the c file. But this is a serious threat, because if he plays d5, I lose a piece. So I played my knight out to b4, because I didn't really want to have to push my bishop back to f7 or g8, even though I've made a square available for my bishop if I needed to on g8. So knight into a4, and I have a bit of a threat with rook to. So he blocked off that immediately with knight c3, and yeah, it's not too bad. I've got a pretty good game at the moment, I think. So pawn takes pawn, and then he went d takes on e5, which is interesting, because now I'm going to drop the e pawn if I play d takes e. So I thought about it and decided that I would play d5 and keep the centre locked. This has been my plan from the start, to lock the centre and to try and keep him pinned back in his own half of the board. So he played rook on a to d1, reinforcing his central attack. And there is a trick he has here now with knight takes on e4. So I moved my queen to c6, and then he kicked my knight. He kicked my knight out of d4 back to a6. So he's brought his bishop back now to f1 and put it on a more productive square, as it's not doing anything on g2 other than defending. So I played my knight back. I didn't want him taking that knight because to me that knight is useful, especially as he's going to have chances against me. So he played rook c1, and he's playing this again where he's playing this kind of stuff where I've got to be careful with my queen, because otherwise he might play something like knight takes e4 and he can come into d6 and I can't do anything because my queen's under tap from the rook. So I played queen back to d7, and then he moved the other one, so he's trying to do it again now. He played rook to d1, still threatening to take that e-pawn, so I couldn't do much. Not many places I can go with my queen. I have to I could have put a rook behind my queen so he couldn't really play it, but he could, because after knight takes, queen takes queen, bishop takes queen, rook takes queen, and he's got into my 7th rank, into the 7th rank with his rook, and I didn't want that. So he played knight to b5, knight takes knight, bishop takes knight. Then I brought the rook from f8 to e8 to reinforce that e6 square, so to help us blockade the pawn, which is passed. And then he played knight takes pawn, which he was always going to do. I must admit, just once I'd forgotten about that. And so that was a serious mistake, but I played bishop g4, tried to forget about that and just trying to make a game of it. So I played bishop g4, and I was hoping he'd move his rook away from d1, but he didn't. He played the correct move, bishop back to e2. So I went queen into d6 to break that pin so that I'm attacking his knight, and he went knight into d6. So now he can win the exchange if he so wishes. I'm not playing well now. Losing that pawn has rocked me a little bit. So bishop takes bishop, queen takes bishop, rook across to a8, praying that he doesn't take the rook, because if he does and I go the exchange down, it's good night, because after knight takes, rook takes, he's going to be winning quite easily. So he went queen d3, and I thought, wow, he never took my rook. I would have thought that was the right move, but he seems to be ganging up on this d-pawn, which is very strong attack. So I played rook into d8, and again he didn't do what I thought he was going to do. I thought he was going to just play queen takes pawn, but he never. He played bishop to b6, another strong move, and I just felt a bit overwhelmed now, and I played rook d7, and I had to be honest, I just felt like I didn't want to play on anymore, not with this game. And 2 pawns down is almost certainly I could play knight back to e7, defending this pawn, but it's going to get worse and worse for me as the game goes on. So I probably should have and carried on a little bit longer, but knowing the player who I'm playing against, knowing his style of play, he can be a grinder, and he's certainly grinding me down. In fact, he's so confident he didn't have to take the rook. That told me that he's playing on top of his game. So I resigned here, and that was the end of the game. But yeah, it's one of those games where I tried to take it to him, but he soon repulsed me, and then after that, there's only one person going to win this game, and that was white.